God, the question of you will receive it when you least expect it. Hi, my name is Slavika Bogdanov. I'm a coach. I'm an author of more than 40 published books. I'm also a film producer. I coach people and I launch products to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. I've been known by everyone that knows me. I have this reputation that I can achieve outrageous goals, and I help people achieve those incredible, impossible, out of this world kind of goals. One of my personal goals is to produce a slate of feature films. I wrote over 20 some screenplays so far, and I've been attaching some great cast, some great crew, even some A-list directors. So I've been really good and on point, just like I teach others that any goal is achievable if you just are determined and perseverant enough, and if you have an action plan, an item plan that you can follow day to day until you achieve the level of success that you desire. No matter what it is, no matter how high it is, there's no limit. So basically, because of this film production that I've been working on for over 4 years now, I've been stumbling across a somewhat roadblock, and that is the financing of the feature films. As you know, with COVID, a lot of things have changed in this world, and a lot of the financiers that were supposed to finance my films vanished, disappeared, or delayed and delayed and delayed. So I got a little more anxious because I couldn't see the result that I wanted. Which goes completely against the law of attraction, because the more you get anxious and the more you focus on the things that you don't want, and the more you focus on the things that are not happening, the least they will be happening. So I wanted to share this with you because I think maybe it'll inspire some of you, maybe it'll help others, who knows. In any case, someone told me, it'll happen when you least expect it. You know that sentence that's actually a death sentence when you're waiting for something? And that really got to me and really frustrated me, because I was wondering, so what does it really mean, you will receive it when you least expect it? Let go and let God. At this moment of pain, when I was actually really seeking to find financing and I couldn't see the end of it, the end of the tunnel, and I was kind of panicking as well, because I made commitments and there's things that need to move, in my opinion, in a certain amount of time. Although God, of course, is never late, and God, of course, delays things often to give us something better. Nonetheless, we're humans and we want things to happen the way we want things to happen. And that is the roadblock that I figured finally of what it means to say when you least expect it. So we know we can rationalize what it means. When you least expect it evidently means when you don't expect it anymore. But how can you not expect something that you absolutely want to happen, right? How can you least expect it? And then I came across this post by Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you know him, he studies brain activities, and and I've studied that as well, neuroscience, how the brain affects our well-being. I go also in the direction of how the brain affects your reality, how you see reality, how you change reality, and I've been known to be a brain reprogrammer, so I've used that on myself lately. And what Joe Dispenza basically said is also in the Bible, and it's also told across a lot of different authors, that you have to let go. And basically what he explained is that it's in the abandonment, when you finally give up. You know, you've busted your butt and you hit your head against the wall over and over and over again, and you see that everything you tried has not worked. What do? Eventually, even though perseverance and determinations are really good, eventually you kind of give up. But what does it really mean to give up? Do you really give up? Because in your heart, in my heart, the desire of the outcome, the burning desire, as Napoleon Hill says, did not go away. all that had happened is that you gave up on the means, because you tried every mean that was in your rational mind, in your consciousness, and you kind of just let go of the means. You gave up on that dream somehow, to the level where you don't know how to reach it anymore. You've tried everything, and that's when you completely give up. That's also when you completely let go. And what happens then? Miracles happen then. Because when you completely let go or abandon, what really happens is you abandon or you let go of the how, of the means. It's like me, little human being. I have tried every single mean to lift this huge rock, instead of letting God lift the heavy stuff. Let God handle the heavy burden and have me handle my human burden. And sometimes we forget that God is there, or that the universe is there. You can call it any way you want. And that the universe creates stars, creates galaxies, creates nanoparticles, create quanta particles, create the absolute infinite in one sense of the large picture, and the infinite in the other picture, in the infinitesimal small. So if the universe can create all of that, our goal, no matter how large and big it is, it's still such an infinite little goal compared to the goals of the universe, right? The abundance that you see around you, and that everything keeps on growing, and everything keeps on expanding, and everything keeps on accessing new levels of awareness, new levels of success, if you want. And so when we actually abandoned the ego part, the part of us that is obstinate, that actually wants to achieve that goal the way we want it, and achieve that goal, and that goal only. And we are so holding on to the chains of our desires of the outcome, and the chains of our desires of the way we think things have to happen, that we chain ourselves up, and eventually, well, we can't move anymore. We're all chained up. So that being said, what happened in my case? Well, in my case, when I really scratched my head, I really wanted to understand this things will happen when you least expect it, because it's something that we always say to others, and we hear people tell us. And I wanted to know, but what does it really mean when I am expecting it, because I really want it and I want nothing else in my life? And then I realized that what it really means is that you have to expand your horizon and focus on many different things, and not be just focusing on that one thing that is lacking, because then that's when we attract even more lack. It will happen when you least expect it. It means to let God handle the heavy burden. It means to also do other things, and not just focus on demolishing that wall or breaking that door to our goal, and maybe just letting it sit a little like a flower or a very fragile plant. You want to let it sit. You can't, I have orchids at home, and you can't pour a ton of water on the orchid hoping that it's gonna grow faster, because you're just gonna drown the poor flower. Believe me, I tried. And then it's over, right? You can just bury the flower and be sad that you lost a dear friend. Instead, you can let the flower do its own thing, right? Grow on its own pace, take its shape, and you have to have that patience. And the best way to have a patience is to do something else. So to multiply your options and do many different things, so that you don't just focus on one outcome, on that thing that you absolutely want. It can be, if it's love, well, you might want to date other people, so you don't focus on that one guy, one girl that you absolutely want. If it's money, well, maybe you want to do other things. You want to explore doing sports or doing other activities, so you just don't focus only on the money aspect of your life. And of course, you want to utilize spiritual laws like the law of gratitude, visualization, meditation, prayer, but prayer in a positive sense, which is prayer by thanking God or thanking the universe for what you already have in your life. I hope this helps you. Anyway, it helped me because I decided it kind of really motivated me into restarting my coaching programs, doing other things than just waiting next to the phone for that phone call for my funding, and exploring other avenues where I had a lot of fun and I was doing a lot of things that were very, very useful for a lot of people that I kind of abandoned just so I could focus on funding my films. And I realized, well, you do have so many hours in the day that I can do a lot more than just look at the phone call or bug the investors over and over when things have slowed down because of COVID. So with that being said, and also what happens in your brain is that when you are focused on something that is missing or something that really is stressing you out, your brain actually stops working. It just like blocks. It's like a mechanism that is only oiled by endorphins, by positive thoughts, by relaxation, meditation, prayer, gratitude, things that allow your brain mechanism to start functioning. Because of an old way that our system, our brain has been forged through the centuries. Well, the brain basically has been created as a solution, a machine, right? It's a reasoning, it gives you reason and it gives you solutions. But it's prevented to think about anything else when in crisis. When in crisis or in stress or in fear, well, there's this panic that goes on in the brain stops working, because all there is now, it's a reaction that's a very old, it comes from an older part of the brain where there's only a reaction of fight or flee. And so the brain that's reasoning, solution finding, stops working because the message that is sent to the brain is, oh, this is danger. If it's danger, we don't have time to think about creative solutions or, mathematical equations or even what's for dinner. We have to evacuate. We have to deal with this danger. So every time you're stressed out, every time you panic, every time you're thinking too much about the problem, every time you're obsessed about the lack, well, you block the mechanism of your brain. So the brain actually cannot find a solution at that point. When you let go, you abandon, you kind of give up and you do something else, and you totally let go of that problem that you have or that lack that you have, suddenly the brain starts refunctioning because it's not blocked anymore by the stress. It starts moving again, all the parts, like almost like a mechanism. Evidently, I'm exaggerating here, but it's going to be oiled by endorphin, and suddenly a solution will come to you. You'll think of something, a creative thought. You'll be able to also receive more messages from the universe, from that consciousness, collective consciousness that we're all connected to. You'll be able to receive messages and signs of what should be your next step, a creative action that you can take immediately. So the conclusion to this is to let go, and let go is imperative. So you can let go by praying, you can let go by going for a walk, you can let go by taking a bath, you can let go by doing something else. There's a saying in France that says that the pot never boils while you look at it. And supposedly there are scientists that have calculated how long it takes for water to boil when you're looking at it and waiting for it to boil, compared to when you don't pay attention. Supposedly it boils faster when you're not paying attention. So I hope this helps, encourages you, inspires you. And if it does, well, please leave a comment, please share this video. I know it's for some of you, it's for all of us. I think it's a weird time of history We're living a part of history that will be taught in schools a century from today. And so we're living something special, right? But at the same time, it can be very stressful and very nerve-wracking to be in uncertainty. For some of us that have been used to live outside of our comfort zone, being outside of our comfort zone and in uncertainty is almost a certainty, is almost something we're used to. But I understand that even for me, it's been really nerve-wracking. So I send you all my prayers, all my blessing, all my love, all my light. I hope that this video inspires you. Please share it, subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be making more videos, of course, for you to grow. If you want to have coaching with me, as I said, I'm a film producer, so I'm pretty busy, but again, I like helping people, and I do get hired from time to time. Sometimes there's a waiting list, but still, if you want, you can contact me. The information is below this video. I hope it helps, truly, and just let go and let God. God is this magnificent, huge thing that can easily, with the little finger, lift what's the heavy burden for you and for me. Love you. Bye.